welcome to my channel. This is Naomi Light Tarot, and I have a tarot video for you guys today. This one is specifically about the messages from the new moon, and to really boost those messages I also have my Moonology book right here. The last new moon we have was actually in Taurus, and the energy of it lasts for 48 hours. So if you haven't done a new moon ritual, if that is part of what you would like to do or like to start doing, tonight is the last night for that new moon energy to be at its strongest, and then after that the energy is not as strong. So tonight is the night you want to make a wish for the new moon and for the next coming weeks or the next month, and you just let it come to you as it will. So in front of me I have 3 cards. I actually have 4, but one is in this book right here. So let me go ahead and grab that. So one is in this book, and before I get into the cards in front of me, I do want to read off in this book the energy of the new moon in Taurus. So for me, the new moon is in my 6th house. And so for my 6th house, it is mainly about bettering my life, keeping up with rituals, keeping up with healthy habits, and my daily work and health routines. Now, if you would like to know when it is, which house it is in for you, you can go ahead and grab this Moonology book. I will have it linked down below. I got it on Amazon. And on page 80 and 81, I believe, yes, it actually has all the different signs and where your house is in terms of the new moon and the full moon. Well, this actually is just the new moon, but still, they do, I believe, when it comes to the full moon, yeah, there you go. It's kind of the same thing. So for example, if it was the full moon in my 5th house, then it would be all about having enough fun. So it all correlates together. It has your sign and your rising sign. So if I remember correctly, my sign is Sagittarius, but my rising sign I believe is Virgo. So it is, the new moon is in my 6th house, and also in my, it's in my 6th house and my 9th house. So those are the 2 parts I want to focus on. So one part is that So one part is that I'm focusing on daily work and healthy routine. And another one would be about adventure, travel, and personal development. Now, these 2 things have been thoughts that I have been pushing forward for myself before the new moon and before I even looked at what was in this book, because I've become so much more in tune with the moon and myself, so I very much listen to myself and to my body and to my spirit and what I need in that moment. So if you would like this book, I will link it down below. It's actually a really, really good book. I love it. It's amazing. It's by Yasmin Boland. I really love her work. Alright, now that that's out the way, let's get to the cards. So I have 4 cards in front of me today. So the one inside the book that really stood out to me last night is, I am living life as I see fit. There is no one that can tell me I am doing it wrong. Now, I created these cards myself, and at the time I was too afraid to put them out into the world, so I will be recreating these cards so I can go ahead and put it out into the world for you guys. So hopefully by the end of this year you guys will be able to buy these cards in my store. I am working on it as we speak. Alright, and the other card we have here is, I am grateful for water and its cleansing of my body. I hydrate my body with love. Now, if a healthy routine is not part of your new moon, that doesn't mean that can't be something you can focus on this time. Having a healthy routine is always good. Going back to your healthy ways is always good. And if you didn't have healthy ways to begin with, that doesn't mean that you can never have a healthy routine. That just means that you can start from scratch. Figure out what works for you. I will always advocate for people not to diet religiously, because at the end of the day, your body needs more than what you think it needs. Now, if you're on a high protein or a high fiber diet, that's perfectly fine. Have your protein, have your fiber, whatever it works for you. Always listen to your body. But please make sure that if you are trying to reduce how much you're eating, please just make sure that you're also taking care of your body and feeding it enough. This next card is the universe is conspiring for my highest good all of the time. I have started to believe this even more recently. In the past, I was always afraid that maybe the universe wasn't looking out for me, just because I have a history of believing the universe didn't love me. But as I grew and I realized that it was often the situations I was in, whether willingly or not, it was the mindsets that I was forming, and those beliefs I was forming, and those experiences that kept me in that mindset. So now I know that the universe is conspiring for my highest good all the time, because I've seen it happen in real time. And the last card we have here is I shine my inner light without fear. My inner light is a gift to the world. This card has been screaming at me all day, not literally, figuratively. So this is definitely an energy of the new moon. Shining your inner light is a very big thing collectively for us all. The universe, I had deja vu. The universe really wants us to shine our light. And in accordance with the new moon and the call for a healthy routine and taking care of ourselves, I'm going to be doing the self-care oracle deck, which is right here. A really, really good deck. It is by Jill Pyle, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Hay House is actually a foundation, if I remember correctly, founded by Louise Hay, who was, I believe she has passed on, a spiritual teacher and leader. So that's actually really cool. Each one of my decks has been, I believe, published through Hay House, which is really awesome. Alright, so self-care for this new moon that you guys can participate in over the next month is look for fairies. This one really wanted to come out, you guys. Look for fairies. So I will read from the book what that means, but I also know what it means. So for this one, it is talking about looking for the angels around you and knowing that they're always with you. They call it fairies because when it comes to looking for your angels and for your ancestors, we often want to look for physical representations of them, when often they will actually show up in small ways. So they can show up in your dreams. They can show up, oh, that number has been repeating 5 times in the past hour, stuff like that. Oh, hey, this person told me this and it just really resonates with me. They show up in very, very small ways. Okay, that's a lot of cards, but it's a new moon. So I believe this is 3 cards. Okay, so we have ground yourself. I definitely feel that we are moving out of the anxiety feeling of the full moon and we're stepping into the clear-mindedness of the new moon. But it's definitely about a time of grounding yourself, because there's a very big call for us to really step into our power and to really acknowledge our power, but also be connected to the earth, because while we are all powerful beings, we do come from the earth. And sometimes we forget that our power does come from our connection, because the earth is part of the universe and so are we. So we are connected to the earth, we are connected to the universe as a whole, and that is so important. Alright, another thing is alone time. I have really been wanting to have more alone time. I will often watch stuff with my partner, but recently I've been like really wanting to watch like lion documentaries alone. And oh god, it's been so good just to like watch those documentaries and just have my own like time and space. And it's not that I don't, obviously I want to spend time with my partner, but having that alone time is so important because at the same time we're all human and we're all separate human beings, and it's always good to have that alone time. If you feel that you've had too much alone time because you may be single, hang out with friends. And then after you hang out with friends, make sure you have some time to yourself too. And hang out with family, and then hang out with yourself. But always make sure to become aware when you are hanging out with yourself, because, you should love yourself always, but there's going to be some deep energy there that's going to be trying to call for your attention. Oh, and then we have connect with fire. So this is the type of time that I would say do a barbecue, because I said that right, 11:11. But connect with fire, so like doing a barbecue, having fun with the barbecue, having a campfire if that is okay to do in your area, because some places are very like high fire risks right now, and so they advise us not to have campfires. But if you're in a space, I just opened the book and the first one I came to was Plan a Vacation. But if you're in a space where you can go on a camping trip, go ahead and do a campfire. Like, that would be so nice to do. Alright, so look for fairies. I'm feeling really called to look for fairies and alone time. So I'm gonna look at alone time first, then for fairies. I won't read the entire thing, just what feels called out to me. So for alone time, the sentence calling out to me is, find peace and stillness by completely tuning in to your own needs. Super important for you. And another sentence is, you can keep it simple and plan something like a quiet night at home to journal and be introspective. Oh, best time. Go for a walk, work on a creative project, meditate, or try any solo activity that feels restorative to you. Oh, you guys, that's so nice. Oh, okay, Connect to Fire is coming out here, you guys. I just opened it to that page. And so to connect to fire, I'm actually just being called to say the mantra for you guys. And the mantra is, my inner fire burns bright, and I shine my light throughout the universe. You guys, I cannot make this up. I shine my inner light without fear. My inner light is a gift to the world. My inner fire burns bright, and I shine my light. Okay, you guys, that's why it was coming out. That's why. Shine your light. Shine it. The new mode is going, shine your light, okay? Shine it. All right, so now let's do a look for fairies, which is, and ground yourself is also coming out. And the only thing I'm feeling called to do is read the mantra and the journal prompt here. Or actually, not the journal prompt, the last sentence here. I am grounded, stable, and strong. That is the mantra. Now, this last paragraph here we have is, you can also ground yourself by eating a nourishing meal, healthy routine, that contains root vegetables, gardening, shaping things with clay, or spending time in nature. Find an activity that makes you feel fully present in your body and appreciative of the connections you have to the earth. So starting yesterday after the new moon, I had harvested some of my potatoes and I planted some tomatoes. And today I was gonna go outside and plant some more tomato plants in a different part of my garden to see which one will prosper more, because they do have varying levels of sunlight, and I just really wanted to see what would happen. So that is definitely what's on my mind after this. And so now look for fairies. I'm being called to say to look to the stars, you guys. So look for fairies. What I believe I see appear before me. So this also goes to manifestations as well. So when you are creating your wish for the new moon, whether you have or have not, say to yourself out loud what I believe I see appear before me. So if you have already written your new moon wish, when you go back and read it tonight, say out loud what I believe I see appear before me, and feel that energy flow through you guys, because it's so real. And if you have not written your new moon wish yet, when you do decide to write it, after you have written it, say out loud what I believe I see appear before me. Write it down above your new moon wish if you would like to, so you can say it right after you finish your wish. And so you also don't forget it. And that's the only really thing I'm feeling called to. Here we go. Something else. The magic surrounding us can typically be seen only by those who are in a state of joy, looking at the world through the eyes of a child and open to infinite possibilities. So be open to those possibilities, you guys. Be open to them, because anything truly is possible. All right. I feel that's all I wanted to get from that. So I have 2 more piles here. They really wanted to be used today. They actually fell off of my altar, like by pure accident. They fell off my altar and were trying to get my attention. And so I have them in corresponding areas. So I'm gonna go to the one that's closest to me first, and then I'll do that last one. Stand your ground. That's a beautiful one. And love begins. So depending on what you may be asking for, that message is for you. Okay, cool. Cards just fell right out. So those are the cards we're reading then. And we also have solar plexus chakra and rest and rejuvenate, which we also got from the alone time here. And the solar plexus chakra is also considered your fire chakra, of which we have fire right there. So you guys, I cannot make this up. Like, I really can't. I'm gonna put these, actually. It has a book as well, so I'm gonna take out the book here. And we'll see what cards decide to fly out today. We have quite a few. We have crown chakra. So look for fairies, that universe energy, connecting to the universe. Your crown chakra is what connects you to these higher dimensions, these amazing spiritual beings surrounding you, and it also connects you to your higher self as well. Now, your higher self energy may lie in different points of your body. So for example, for mine lies in my sacral chakra, or also known as my womb chakra. And that is where my higher self's energy resides. And when I really want to connect to my higher self, I can either connect to my sacral chakra or my crown chakra, but it's often stronger in my sacral. Where your higher self may reside, you will find out as you connect more with your higher self and you really open yourself to that energy. It's not the same for every single person, so definitely just look into what works for you. And we also have passion ignited. So what I'm getting here is this is going back to the ground yourself and alone time. New things, you guys. This passion is being ignited for any projects that you may have, for gardening you may want to do. This is passion ignited across all fronts. Passion ignited in your relationship, passion ignited in your hobbies, passion ignited in your job, passion ignited in life in general. There's going to be so much passion ignited with this new moon, and that energy isn't going anywhere. So when the full moon comes, the next new moon comes, this energy is staying for life. And that is because we're also heading into this era of ascension. So as you are ascending into this new energy, you're actually ascending into this energy permanently. You cannot go back down. If you try to even look back down, it will feel so uncomfortable because you've already ascended. So this passion is being ignited across the board for the rest of your life. And it's a mindset that once you put those glasses on, you cannot take them off. That is exactly what's happening here, especially with this new moon. So if you feel that you are not ascending with this new moon, understand that while it may not feel that way, ascension is not the end goal of that happiness and that joy. It is the journey throughout it all. The negative, the positive, all of it. It is all important. And the last card we have here is balance. It is a balance of everything. So in my own personal experience, I've struggled with balancing work and home. I often feel like that work deserves more attention. And not because I know it does, but because I have trauma related to someone else prioritizing work over me, specifically my father. My father was a workaholic, and that was because he didn't want to come home and be still with his own thoughts. So he would constantly work, trying to escape his own thoughts and his own emotions. And so whenever I start feeling heavy emotions, I will see myself start focusing more on work. And that is when I have to find that balance and give myself the grace to feel those emotions without trying to numb them. So balance, once again, going back to those who may feel like they are not ascending, balance does not pertain to you have to be happy all the time. You have to find grace for when you are sad and finding joy when you are happy. There is two sides to every single coin, and if you do not allow yourself to experience those negative emotions during your ascension, then you will be unable to experience the joy in your happy moments, because moments don't last forever. That's why they are called moments in time. So you have to allow yourself to experience the good and the bad and accept them all. All right, you guys, I just saw like a silhouette of somebody, and I was like, oh, hello, but it like wasn't, they weren't related to me, so that was new. All right. Oh, I forgot. Let's read from here as well. So we have the crown chakra, passion ignited, and balance. I don't know. I don't quite know where everything is, because these ones are not numbered. So let's see. I love this book, you guys. This is so cute. I really appreciate how much work they really put into these books to really explain everything. I love it. Alright, crown chakra is 165. So 165. Oh wow, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I was like, wait a second, it's not even here, but it is here. Sometimes you just gotta look a little bit deeper. So crown chakra. So the color is violet. It has, Om. Like Om is the sound that can be used. The element is thought. The gland is pineal. And the key words are I know. So if at any point you feel that you are unsure of something, state one thing that you are sure of. So for example, I know I am alive. I know I have thoughts. I know that I have plenty. Even if it sometimes feels like you don't have plenty, you are always blessed with more than enough. And you will always have access to all that is in front of you. So the crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where eternal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. So if you feel at any point that you maybe feel unwell, or you feel like you're no longer in alignment, focus on your crown chakra open it and feel the light of the universe flowing down from your crown chakra throughout your body and going back into the earth, and feel this energy flowing through you 3 to 5 times, and it will change how you feel. Maybe not instantly, but you will feel some relief, and then over time you will start to feel even better and better and better. To balance this chakra, I find that meditation, breathwork, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work best. When properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. So there was this point in time where I was focusing specifically on one chakra for 2 weeks. So I would spend the entire 2 weeks focused on that one chakra. And when I focused on my crown chakra, I had this, during meditation, I saw through my mind's eye this world, this rich inner world within me. And within that world, there was this cave that could only be lit up by me and my inner light. That could only be lit up by me and my inner light. So if I was not aligned with myself, I could not light my own way. But when I was aligned with myself, I would light my own way, and I can see the words of many different languages etched on the walls. Some of these not even from this planet, just etched across the walls, and they were telling each of my lives that I have lived. And it was such a beautiful experience. And it was honestly one of the things that made me really focus on my spiritual healing and my spiritual self. But it also reminded me that throughout all of these lives, the thing I felt I lacked was connection to the earth. So grounding. I essentially lacked grounding. I was there with the universe, but I wasn't there in my own life. And so in this life, I'm very much about grounding. I'm very much about being present. And this is something that the new moon is also pushing forward for me as well. Because that's exactly the type of life I want to live. Especially since my soul has lived so many lives where being a spiritual teacher and a spiritual leader was the main source of everything for me. And now I'm living a life where that is no longer the case. Now I'm living a life where living my life and being grounded and being present is the source of all my power and all of my purpose. So for passion ignited, so if you want to work on your crown chakra or do what I had done, which was spend, 2 weeks on one chakra or 1 week on one chakra, you will notice so much more about yourself in that process. So 133 for passion ignited. All right. So the number for this is 1. So for crown chakra, it is 7. For passion ignited, it is 1. So what we have here, if you are looking for angel numbers, a number you can look up is 7111. And an angel number here is 111, which is the number of a new beginning, which correlates with the new moon. The first of the spirit cards signifies, also this is the first of, so once again, this is very much an ascension type energy. The first of the spirit cards signifies that this is the time to let your soul soar. New beginnings, I just said that. New beginnings, ideas, revelations, and exciting adventures await you in your personal or business life. Creative endeavors, enthusiasm, positive energy, and a renewed spiritual strength are at an all-time high. The powerful force of spirit is flowing through you, and with it comes a new sense of purpose. Be all that you can be, reach inside, and tap into that force. Use it to move forward and set up a strong foundation for the future. Other people may feel your excitement and joy and begin to benefit from the spark of life that's emanating from you. They'll wonder, what's your secret? And your energy could even ignite their own spiritual journey. Follow your intuition, but know that this is your time to spread your wings and fly. So I currently have a life coach, and whenever I meet with her, I often have almost an awakening whenever I meet with her. Like, my energy becomes so much more aligned, and I am so much more connected with myself in her presence. And I'm like so grateful to know her, because she really brings so much light to my life. And to realize that you have that same impact on people is powerful. It really is, because you do have that impact. Sometimes I don't even notice it, but I'll be talking to people and they'll tell me how I am inspiring them, how what I have to say is absolutely amazing and inspiring. And oftentimes I don't see it that way. I'm just being myself. There's nothing more that I want to be than myself. And to see somebody else be excited about just who I am as a person is a great gift. So for our last one here, it is balance. That is number 11. And this card says, this card represents the need for balance and harmony with your inner life, as well as with what's surrounding you in the physical world. This denotes that some lifestyle adjustments are required, which we already know because of the new moon energy. Some house, like daily routines and health routines, there needs to be balance there. We already know this. But once again, it's just clarifying. It could be associated with love, relationships, business, or even your career. And as I was saying earlier, I've been really working on setting a healthy balance between my work and life, and this may be your experience as well. The balance card is also being shown to you to make you realize that what you perceive to be happening around you is really an externalization of an inner process or conflict that you may be currently experiencing. This card will often appear if you work in the legal field or when you're involved in law-related matters. Have faith that justice will triumph, and justice and karma go hand in hand. Take only what you've earned. Treat people fairly, and don't take advantage of anyone. This is all part of living a balanced karmic life. When determining something, there must be a state of balance, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that you can make rational decisions and logical judgments. This is a time to be honest and caring and responsible for the choices that you've made, as well as the ones that will be made in the future. All right, you guys, that is powerful right there. These are already powerful cards. And these are amazing. I love them. All right, you guys. Last deck here. We'll see what energy we have flowing here. So I won't be reading the book from this, merely just because these are just the regular tarot cards, they're not oracle cards, and they're pretty straightforward as they are. Whoop. Okay. We have the Hanged Man. So there's a situation where it's calling for a change in perspective. You may be looking at something upside down, and with this new moon, you're going to be seeing it from a different light. So when the Hangman is this way, you're actually seeing the actual situation, versus when it's this way, you're often trying to make sense of the current situation. But this card is also about, I have like a message, and I'm like trying to put it in words here. What the universe really wants me to say is that when it comes to this new beginning, oftentimes we don't see it as a new beginning because it leaves us feeling uncomfortable. And the universe is actually asking for us to feel more comfortable in what we do and what we expect from ourselves and others, especially when you set boundaries. For this card specifically, what I'm getting is that when you're setting a boundary with somebody and you feel that you're doing the wrong thing, know that setting a boundary is healthy and it is okay. And it is also okay if you're not seeing the situation from the light you want to see it from. It's not always going to be clear as day. The reason why you're seeing the situation as you are right now is because it is needed for you to see it this way, so you can shift your thoughts to the next one. Whenever you feel that being out of alignment is something horrible and you've done something wrong, always remember that being out of alignment, Being out of alignment allows you to become aware of where and when and how you are out of alignment, so you can align yourself once again. So, okay, the number for the Hangman is the number 12, and we have the Four of Swords. So what I'm getting here specifically for me, this is a message for me, but it could also be a message for somebody else out there. When it comes to your work, protect your energy. There is a lot of people, whether at work or elsewhere, that do not have the most positive intentions for you. And that is entirely okay. So instead of focusing on those people and their lack of positive intentions, before you go to work, before you even go outside during the day, just take 5 to 10 minutes to protect your energy. You can use music, you can play music and have that music be a protective barrier. You can make it an intentional meditation. You can do it, for yoga. You could even just stand in the sun for 5 minutes. Or if it's raining, stand outside and put your hand in the rain for 5 minutes. Or just watch the rain for 5 minutes and have that intention of protecting your energy. And you will find that you will have more joy at work and you won't bring work home. Because the energy of bringing work home is actually just negative energy following you from work to home. So definitely make that attempt to protect your energy so it doesn't follow you home and you can enjoy being at home and at work. And this will also help any burnout you may be experiencing when you go to work. For me, myself, I've been having a lot of burnout. I can't even work the full week without getting burnout. So this is a message for me that's allowing me to change my mindset. Going back to that Hangman there, it's allowing me to change that mindset so I can better live my life and experience less burnout and work longer so I can, allow more passive income to flow in. So that is that Four of Swords there for you. That may or may not resonate with you. That one is very specific. All right, last card here. I feel like there's so many cards that just want to pop out. Like this card wants to pop out right here. These cards want to pop out, so I'm going to go ahead and give them all the time of day because they deserve it. Okay. I'm going to read the bottom card here too. We have the Page of Pentacles, so we have a new adventure. You guys may be going on a hike, you may be gardening, you may be going to a where there's nature. I just want to say, I was going to say something, but I totally forgot what it was called. Oh, a plant nursery. You may be going to a plant nursery. You may be going to a park, but there's definitely an adventure happening where you're going out into nature, and in doing so, you become more aware of yourself and your own energy. So this is definitely something you should be doing this week or within the next month. Do it as it resonates with you. And there's going to be a message that I am not meant to give you, but you will discover on your own when you do so. So for our cards here, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So this is going to the energy of, if in the past you may have experienced a lot of people, for lack of a better word, bashing on you and making you feel less, with this new moon, it's actually asking you to ask release from that. Or if you have asked in the past for that, you will experience that release over the next month or within the next few hours. You will start to realize, oh, hey, actually, this doesn't deserve as much power as it has. So definitely know that that energy is leaving, and you guys will see yourselves as you are, not as how somebody else in the past has painted you. So this new moon is like, girl, you're gonna see yourself as the beautiful thing that you are, or boy, you're gonna see yourself as the amazing person you are, the handsome person you are. There is no limit. And then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So normally I would say this is something negative, but this is actually going back to that alone time. The Queen of Cups in reverse is asking you to be aware of your own needs. Like, point blank, be aware of your own needs. Your needs matter, and they will always matter. And while we want to give so much to others, we also have to remember to give just as much back to ourselves. So that is what that Queen of Cups is asking you to do, to give back to yourself. And the next card we have is the Five of Cups in reverse. Opportunities. Opportunities that you will be able to see now. Things that before you thought were impossible are going to be happening now. Doors that you thought were closed, guess what? 5 more are opening over there just for you. Okay? There's going to be so many more opportunities there for you, because now you guys are stepping out this energy of there's never enough to, there is always going to be more than enough. And that is why the new moon is like, y'all, we got this, okay? So that is, whew, that is the last of the energy of the new moon. That's almost a full hour, you guys. But it was definitely worth it. It was definitely needed. But this is the energy of the new moon, and this is the power of the new moon, and this is what is coming with this new moon energy. So please, you guys, take it slow, enjoy your life, and live your best life, because that's exactly what's being asked of you. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for going throughout this entire video. If you watched the entire video, thank you so much. I'm very grateful. This is the new moon energy in Taurus, and it is beautiful energy. And just thank you. I'm really grateful for all of you. Just wow, this was fun. I loved it. I'm gonna do this every new moon and full moon now. It is so fun to do. But once again, you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to continue to follow my videos. I post every single Sunday, as that's currently the time that I have allotted for this. I work pretty much full time regardless of this, but I do love doing this, and I do love putting my work out there. I do love putting my energy out there, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys. So once again, thank you for being present, thank you for being here, and have an amazing day, you guys. Remember to get out into nature. You deserve it. All right, you guys. Bye.